So we recently learned about this psychology experiment that involves a creepy ass doll named Bobo the Clown.
Super
And,
creepy.
and the lesson we took away from it is going to blow your mind.
Life is beautiful.
So in 1961, a psychologist ran a creepy experiment. He brought children into a room with a strange inflatable clown. This is a great start. Children, young children, and a strange inflatable clown. This clown was called the Bobo doll.
Bobo.
The children were told to just sit and watch until an adult entered. In one group, the adult calmly played with the doll. In another group, the adult punched it, kicked it, and shouted at it. They weren't taught anything, the kids, they just watched. But then the children were moved to a new room filled with toys. Now, here's the creepy part. The children who watched the aggressive adult copied the kicks, the punches, and even the exact phrases the adults used. Some even started inventing new creative ways to hurt this doll. It was in that moment that psychologists discovered a dangerous truth, that even the smallest things we consume, we slowly become.
Yeah, I love the story because it is so true.
I fucking
And
hate
as
clowns,
as
by
a
the way.
I do too. But as a new parent, I think about this a lot. And James Baldwin has a quote: "Children have never been very good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them."
Ooh, that's a good one.
And it really reminds me of our childhood and growing up. And what we tell people all the time is like, we never listened to what our parents said, but we always watched how they move their feet. And
Yeah.
that's what always inspired and influenced our behaviors.
Absolutely.
The Bobo the Doll experiment, it basically didn't end in 1961, though. It's running live in real time on every single phone screen in the world right now. Except now the adults in the room have hundreds of millions of followers. So basically, this thing about watching people behave a certain way and then being influenced by them is happening now at a mass scale with social media.
Oh, 100%. 1,000%. I think it's never been more easy to be influenced. Like, if you think about media, at first there was like 7 channels on a TV screen. No, but even before that, there was the radio, which didn't have many channels. That was the
Yeah.
only way you were going to be influenced by anything outside of your village or your town or your city or your physical location.
Yep.
Then there was the TV and a few channels. Then there was hundreds of channels, and now there's literally an unlimited amount of channels
Yeah.
that you can be consumed and influenced by. And the thing is, we can't control the fact that we will be influenced. We cannot control that, but we can control the filter for what we consume.
Mhm.
So we can control that part of this equation.
And how do we do that?
I think it's by really curating your feed.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I'll give you the perfect example. The other day, so I have this new habit, right, where I want to be learning something every single day, and I have these long commutes in now that I've moved a little bit further from the office. And I said, you know what, podcast is probably the best way for me to take advantage of this time and learn something new every day. So I started subscribing to a few podcasts, and I was listening to the Diary of a CEO podcast, and I've listened to a bunch of them, and they're really good. But I'm listening to one from this ex-CIA security guy, and it starts out being fascinating. They're talking about the Epstein files and all this shit, and then it goes into this like 30-minute rant from this guy, basically making me feel like absolute shit about the world that we live in because of the shit that he's seen firsthand about our government and the lies that we're told. And like, it was like, he was blowing the whistle on everything. And I'm just, I can't tell you how I felt when I walked into the office that day. I actually didn't even tell you this. This was the day that I was like a miserable Krabby Patty the entire day. And you were
Wow.
like so mad at me. I really think this had a huge part to do with it because
Wow.
I felt after that car ride, like, what the fuck am I even, like, who cares about anything? The world sucks.
Mm.
Like, why even work? What is the point? Like, this world is run on lies. And it really fucked me up. And so that was just like the perfect example of the shit that you consume firsthand. I felt
Yeah.
really does matter. And so I'm not going to be listening to any more of those CIA,
And
what do you call it? Conspiracy theory type stuff. Like our friend
Eh.
Mike, he does the same thing whenever he gets into conspiracy theories. He's like, it really
Yeah.
gets to him.
But how true as this with people who consistently watch the news every night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember, I'll never forget when Mike and I first got on the news for Blankets of Hope, and the reporter came to our house, and we were all excited, and we asked the reporter, "So, what time will this be airing on the news?" And she's like, "Well, the first part of the news is saved for the three Ds." And we're like, "Well, what the hell's the three Ds?" She's like, "Death, disaster, and destruction."
That lady
So
actually died.
she did, but R.I.P. She was a nice lady. But basically, the moral of the
Yeah,
story
she
is
was a nice lady spreading death disaster.
no.
No, she really
Actually,
was.
she was covering our story,
Yeah, she
which was
was.
about
No, she
kindness.
really was. She really was.
But basically, what that told us was, okay, these programs are actually being programmed with these things at the
Because
forefront.
because human beings are drawn to conflict. It's in our
Exactly.
nature. It's why the Colosseum had fucking people ripping each other's heads off. That was the entertainment back then. We love bloodshed. We love conflict.
So, all right, I'll play devil's advocate for a quick second here. Does that mean that you should just put blinders on to the bad that's happening in the world?
No, but I think you should definitely limit it. My rule of thumb is I don't follow any news. And this is something I stole from somewhere. I don't know from where, but basically, if there's news that broke that's really important for me to hear at some point in my day, either you or my wife or somewhere, I'll overhear it from someone during that day.
Uh-huh.
So I just don't even follow any news. And I mean, look at me. I'm
Yeah.
still here doing whatever the hell I have to do with my life. It doesn't impact me negatively in any way, shape, or form. So
Mhm.
no, you don't ignore the thing, but how often are you going to see the negative thing and then actually do something about it? It's
Yeah.
probably 0% of the time.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you'll make a donation, maybe to help, but
Yeah.
it's very rare.
Yeah, so I
The
don't
one thing though I do have to call out
yeah.
is I think that takes this too far is when people say stop watching scary movies. I love scary movies and I will never stop watching scary movies.
I hate scary.
All right, let's
All right,
wrap this up with a
what do you got?
CTA.
What do you got for the CTA, bruh?
I think that the CTA should be a back-to-back shameless plug. Forgive me, but
What?
we're going to go with another shameless plug. If you want something small to add to your daily positive consumption, because we know that by adding something, automatically something else has to be eliminated because we have finite time, and you have not signed up for our daily newsletter, then you should sign up for it because every morning we send one really short but really powerful quote to get you in the right headspace for the day. So if you want to set the tone in a positive way, if you want to consume something positive every
Yeah.
single morning, then this is something that you can do to curate your feed more positively.
Yeah,
And you can sign up at theobros.com/quote. Also click the link in the show notes.
which is a good point that I don't think we brought up enough this episode, which is we talked in the past about how you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? But we never talk about the people we consume on social media being more influential to us than even the
I mean,
5.
I did say the fucking Diary of a CEO made me feel miserable.
Exactly. So curate your feed, and we appreciate you curating your feed with the Theo Bros, and we hope to be a beacon of hope and inspiration for you, and not
Death,
fill
disaster,
you,
and
yeah,
destruction.
not fill you with triple D's. So we love you.
Maybe some double D's.
We love you. Thanks for hanging out with us.